So we're going to pretend it was like intro music now then, yeah?
Let's all
Just pretend there's some
dance.
intro music.
So welcome to Fact Feud, the game with no inspiration whatsoever. I am Lucas, and I am joined, at least on my end, by Karl, Nisha, and Brad. And I have surveyed over 200 of our Patreons over on patreon.com/Untitled side channel and collated all of those answers. I'm now going to ask each of the contestants to predict the answers of our viewers. Remember, I have not influenced these answers, so some of the answers may not be exactly what you expect. For each question, you'll get 10 to 50 points for picking one of the top 5 answers. 50 for the most popular, 40 for the second most popular, and so on. We have 30 answers to get through, so if you want to watch the full, unedited version, you can watch it over on our Patreon, where you can also find the audio version as well. First round, we'll start with Karl, and we'll go like round robin, and each one of you will get 2 guesses. From there,
Okay.
the loser starts each round. You know, bit of a comeback mechanic. We are, in fact, beginning with Karl, and Karl, are you ready?
Yeah. We're not doing intros like they do on game shows. Like, hey, Karl, where'd you come from? What are you doing?
Hey, Karl.
It's like,
Where'd you come from?
originally, or where do I live now?
Well, you answer that however you feel fit, Karl. You just asked
Born
me
in
to give you an
Scunthorpe,
intro.
and now live in Sheffield, and I'm recording in an undisclosed location in front of a green
The
screen.
concrete bunker.
My concrete fact bunker, yes.
Nisha, where are you from?
I am originally from Derby. I'm living in Sheffield. I'm recording in a place in Sheffield.
And how about you, Brad?
Well, Lucas, thanks for having me.
You're welcome, of course.
I'm originally
fan.
from Cumbria, but I moved to Sheffield for first uni and then work. Then met a bunch of lovely people and decided to stick around. But now I'm ready to win this game.
You're all telling me that, in fact, I'm the only one that's not in Sheffield right now.
And we're not all in the same room. What's when we zoom out and we're all in the same room?
Question 1. Karl, name an animal that we eat that doesn't eat us.
Chicken.
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 It's a strong start. So, Karl, you got the second most popular answer in chicken. That
Oh,
gives
you
you
know what?
40 points.
I can live with chicken.
Okay, and then I'll just, the way it goes around on my screen, I'll give it to Nisha next. Nisha, name an animal that we eat that doesn't eat us.
I'm going to go with cow.
Nisha got the most popular answer with
Oh,
cow,
yes.
with 50 points.
Cows like super dangerous and knock people over
They
all
don't
the
eat
time.
us, not generally.
Don't eat us.
Not
That's fair.
generally.
That is the question.
Well, that we know of.
Yeah, exactly, yes. And then we will go to what seems like a pissed off Brad. Brad, name an animal that we eat that doesn't eat us.
It has eaten us in certain circumstances, but I reckon people will have said pig.
Pig. Okay. You know what? It's a good start, because that's the third most popular answer in pig.
Yes.
So we've got the top 3. There are 2 answers left, and because we're doing round robin, it goes back to Brad for a second guess.
I will say sheep/lamb.
Sheep/lamb is not an answer.
The chimera lamb. It's a sheep crossed with a lamb.
Karl started first, so he ends the round.
Oh, of course, yes.
I'm going to go with rabbit.
Rabbit is 10 points.
I said rabbit
Nisha-
more than sheep.
Nisha bookmarking the best and the worst answer available. But Brad, remember, I don't know what our viewers are thinking. It might not be
They're
sensible.
thinking, fuck those
fucking
rabbits. That's
answers
what they're
here.
thinking.
They do watch our channel as well, so they could be some right weirdos out
It
there.
may not be sensible answers.
Visit me last. There's one
It
answer
is
left.
one answer for
I'm
Karl.
gonna go fish.
Fish
Just fish.
is also not there. The
What was
one answer that was left, of
Not
course,
fish.
because of the scandal that started on Fat Fiend. Can anyone guess it?
Horse.
When Tesco
It
put
was
horse
horse.
meat in their lasagnas.
It was
Horse is
With
above
20
sheep.
points. It was above rabbit, above sheep, above fish, horse. It's going to be Brad, then Karl, and then Nisha, because Brad, you are in this place, unfortunately. But this is why you're going first. And Brad, Name a movie that released in 2022.
Well, considering the time when you ask these questions, I'm going to say Avatar: The Way of Water.
Avatar: The Way of Water, also known on our survey as Avatar 2, because people didn't want to spell it all out. Avatar 2 will net you 20 points.
So Avatar 2 Electric Boogaloo.
20 points.
20 points. And that means that Karl gets to pick our next answer.
Just pick a Marvel movie. Black Panther 2.
Black Panther 2, which was also, written down there, Wakanda Forever, did appear in the survey, but it didn't get in the top 5.
What?
Yeah, it just inched out of the top 5. So Marvel let you down this time, Karl.
Do people go to the cinema to watch things besides Marvel movies
I don't
anymore?
know. But it the fifth answer just inched out by like one question. One answer, one response. But Nisha, have you got a better answer?
Oh, I know what film it is, but I've forgotten the complete title.
You don't know what film
It sounds like most people writing it down.
I mean, like,
amalgamation.
It's a sequel, but I forgot the added title.
Okay.
The Jurassic World.
Jurassic
Dominion.
World Dominion.
Is it Dominion? I thought it was, but I don't know if it is
That's
or
not even on our list.
Oh, okay.
It's nowhere. But Nisha, you get a second guess.
Trying to think what I've seen this year.
That might not be the best strategy based off what happened
I
in
guess.
the first round.
I'm going to go with, I think it's Molly's Game.
Molly's Game is, again, nowhere to be found, Nisha.
So,
A resounding 0 points this round. And that brings us back to Karl.
Well, I guess I'm going to stick with my theme, Black Adam.
Karl, it's a rough one. 0 points for Karl as well. Oh, no.
I just
I think
named
at
the
this
two
point,
superhero
Brad's
movies
like-
that came out. I'm like, surely these people just like superhero movies.
Karl, you should know that no fucker saw Black Adam.
Yeah, but I thought people would name it as like the meme answer. Like, oh yeah, Defo, biggest hit of the year since Morbius.
Are we only going back around this twice? So is this the last one for this
Yeah,
round?
so the last one. So you can talk
Right.
it out. You've got no fears.
So I can think of a few like that were big. For example, The
Mhm.
Batman was this year, I think. Top Gun Maverick did
Mhm.
really well. I think I would go with Top Gun Maverick. I reckon more people will have seen that because people actually wanted to see it.
Nominated for Best Film at the Oscars. Top Gun Maverick. Oh, it's not there.
Oh my god!
You did just name a movie that was there, though.
Is the Batman on there?
The Batman is on there. And Karl just also named a movie that's on there.
Which is...
Morbius, of course.
Did Morbius come out in 2022?
Yeah, I checked these all. They were all
I don't know. It
2022
came out
films.
twice. One of them might have been 2022.
That feels like
That
it came
feels
out like
like
8...
years ago.
It feels like it came out like 1 more billion
like-
years ago.
Maybe it released like one of the times they brought it back.
I
It
can't
did
think of
come, it's like
any other.
Avatar, they kept re-releasing it.
So somehow, okay, I'll walk
Puss
us
in
all
Boots, was
through.
he on
Go
there?
through the list, yeah.
Well, that's this year.
Glass Onion, a Knives Out movie is top answer. Then the Batman, then Morbius, then the only answer we got, Avatar 2, The Way of Water, and then coming in at number 5, Violent Night.
Well, that's Santa Claus horror film.
That weird Santa Claus David Harbour movie that, like, I guess that's just because we asked these questions in January. People had just been watching Christmas films.
Oh, yeah. Recency bias. Sort of thing.
Yeah, but like, yeah, the fact they beat out like Top Gun and Black Panther, I was like, what the fuck is Violent Night?
Oh, so I'm first now, yeah?
So you will go first, and this one you hopefully should, be in good pittance for, Karl.
Okay.
So you need to name a character that is playable in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Captain Falcon.
Captain Falcon. Okay, I respect
It's
it.
Captain Fabulous.
Captain
Where's that?
Fabulous,
Come on.
my main
Exactly,
indeed.
where is he?
5th on the list.
You know what?
So you
I
get
can take
10
that.
points. Like, the fact that Captain Falcon even got in the top 5, I'm happy with. I'm okay with.
It
So
should be top 1. It should be Captain Falcon, Captain Falcon, Captain Falcon. It should be always different alternate colour schemes.
Brad, name a character from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
I think, because I'm going for the mindset of people who may not have played it as well.
Mhm.
I'm going to say Mario.
Mario. He does have a movie coming out as well.
True,
Mario
true.
on the mind.
There is, yeah.
And that is, in
Like
fact, the
Chris
top
Pratt's
answer,
mind, right?
of course, is Mario. Yeah. 50 points for Brad. Mario is the top answer, which doubles Brad's points. Brad's just like running away celebrating. He's like, I got the top answer!
He's gonna get like his Mario amiibo.
Nisha, can you name a character from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate?
I will go with Link.
She's gone with Link. That means we've got another answer in the top 5. Oh, it's gonna net you 30 points. It's the third answer right there. That brings Nisha to 90. Anisha, you've got a second guess. You've got 2 more answers to get.
Bowser?
Bowser's not in the top 5, unfortunately.
Oh, bollocks.
He's number 1 in my heart.
Those drop kicks did not get him onto that list. Brad, what are you thinking right now?
I reckon we've got a server full of Fact Fiend and Karl fans. I'm going to say Donkey Kong.
The nut never made it to the list. The DK has been left dry. And Karl, you've got one more pick.
I want to talk through it then. I was going to mention like DK. If you go to my gaming channel, which you probably link below somewhere, you can, like the only video I've uploaded in like the last 6 months is called My Deepest Nut Yet. It's a Donkey Kong KO. The thing is, I don't know if I should go for the answer that I think audiences gave, or should I? You know what? I'm just going to annoy Luke at Dart Pit.
I mean, that's not on the list, Karl. What did you think you were doing?
It wasn't even on the list. Okay,
Dark
Pikachu.
Pit. No. You
Pikachu.
said Dark Pit. You said Dark Pit, Karl. I'm taking
says.
people's first answers. Pikachu would have got you 20, but no,
Dark
you
Pit
chose
gets me 0.
violence today, and you said Dark fucking
I chose the
Pit.
opposite of violence. I chose soft nudges from a weak, tiny
And
boy.
Sakurai will be upset that nobody said Kirby, which would have got you 40 points.
Oh,
The poster boy.
The little fluff boy. But there's plenty of time. Plenty of time,
points.
yeah. So, Karl, name something
Yes.
you might find in a kitchen. Not you specifically, just general you.
I was looking at my kitchen now. A knife.
A knife. It's the top answer. Of course it is. Just everyone choosing violence. Just going for knife straight off
Just
the bat.
I want a knife.
And that brings us to Nisha. What might you find in a kitchen, Nisha?
6 spoon.
I'm gonna go with toaster.
Toaster is not on the list, apparently.
You know if spoon is now.
Don't be giving away possible answers, Nisha.
Karl said it.
Okay. Brad?
I'm going to go
might
with
you
pan.
find? Pan?
Pan.
Apparently nobody cooks because you can't find a pan in the kitchen.
There's loads of types of
The
pan
old,
as
the
well.
old stab. The old stab, they don't cook.
They stab, they don't make
Kitchens for
toast.
stabbing only.
Because everyone's got those microwave meals. It's like, like a prison snitch.
Brad, have you got a second answer?
Just to annoy Nisha if it is on there, spoon.
Spoon nets you 20 points.
Yes!
Shouldn't have brought attention to it, Nisha. Nisha, you've got one more answer for what might you find in a kitchen.
Fork.
You
It's
won't
not
find
there,
a
is
fork in a kitchen, apparently.
Oh. I hate this game.
Because these are very reasonable answers, but people are just like, no, you'll never find a fork or a pan in a kitchen.
Knife and a
Pan
spoon,
hurts
but
me.
not a fork.
Pan was the first thing that comes to mind when I think of kitchen.
Oh, Karl, you've got one answer left.
Okay, so I'm thinking through now, and when I think kitchen, I always think of like utensils.
Mhm.
My favourite team from Worms, which has like knife, fork, spoon, and whisk. My favourite, but I don't think people have said whisk.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try and go for something like maybe people try to be funny and say a mess.
You'd be way off, Karl.
Okay,
Way
so I was
off
thinking
the
maybe
li- No, there's a couple of people that tried to have a bit of fun with their answers, but because there was just that one answer
it
out
didn't
of
get
like
onto
over
the list.
200 results, doesn't make it into the top 5. The most popular out of the rest would have been spatula.
Spatula
Over a
above pan!
Over a fork, oven, and then a sink.
I did think oven, but I went with spoon to annoy
You need a
Nisha.
sink in a bathroom.
You
It's a
also get one in a
basin. No,
kitchen.
basin's
You
in
need to
bathroom.
Yeah,
clean
but
up
it's
Paul's
not-
mess in a sink.
Spatula.
A spatula and
How
not,
many people? Have you got a number?
16 people compared to like
16?
compared
the
to
first,
66.
The first thing they think of is spatula.
No, because 66 people said knife. And then it was 16 for spatula, so there was a significant drop off. 5 people said fork.
I'm just imagining everyone eating out of the edge of a knife. Got a guy like, cutting an apple with a knife of like, yeah.
Oh dear.
we need to make ourselves a stew. Let's get our spatula and knife out. Let's do it in the sink. Yeah.
But Nisha, Name something that people groom themselves with.
A comb.
It's a solid answer. That'll net you 50 points. That's the top answer.
Yes.
Nisha pulling ahead.
Coming back.
140 points there with Nisha. And then we've got Karl.
A razor.
A razor. There's a solid pick.
Shaving your legs, shaving your arms. And other places.
That's number 3 on the list. That'll get you 30 points.
We have a smooth fan base
That means
confirmed.
that Brad is now losing. But Brad, you've got a chance with 2 guesses here to pick it back up.
Well, I thought that the first 2 things that would go would be comb and brush.
Okay.
So brush.
I have brush/hairbrush on the list. And that is a 40-point answer. You got the top 3. So, Brad, you need to guess one of the last 2 on the list. Name something you can groom yourself with.
Well, if razor's on there and it's high, I reckon the people would have said razor or shaver. So like an electric shaver.
Okay, so I'll clarify that that's an answer close enough that I would have combined the 2.
Okay. In that case, I'll say scissors.
Scissors is not on the list.
So who's grooming himself with scissors? That's dangerous.
Like trimming, shaping bits of your hair.
Scissors.
That's what a trimmer's for, though.
That's what I do.
Like
No, but-
trimming your edge.
For very fine
trim my
tuning,
fringe.
you need a pair of scissors to go over very
Yeah,
accurately.
cool.
When I think like fine tune, I think big pair of scissors.
I didn't say it was massive. You think of a hairdresser, they're always going.
Yeah, I think that's the difference, though. Like, I think a
Cheers.
hairdresser or a barber would go in with scissors, but I wouldn't trust myself to go my beard, like, with both a trimmer and then scissors.
Well, I tidy my moustache with scissors because I'm not bringing a fucking
tell.
trimmer in this.
Well,
little
as you
space.
can see, I tidy my beard a lot. Yeah, so
It
it's
does look very
messy at the
wild
moment.
today.
I'm honestly waiting to go to the barbers and get it shaped, but it's nice and grown out to get a nice thick beard, good shape. Karl, have you got a second answer for us?
Sponge. Like makeup sponges sort of thing.
Okay. It's not there. It's respectable. I understand, but it's not there.
I was just thinking like, makeup sponges.
Yeah.
I've got one of those
Nisha?
under my eyes.
Nisha's
I've gone
concentrating so
blurry.
hard she's gone blurry.
I'm gone blurry. Well, if we're going down
She's
the
just fading out of
hairdress-
existence.
I mean, Brad sent you down the hairdresser route. I did not, to clarify.
I know, but I don't know whether to or not. The thing is, like, would it be classed as grooming or just
Just go.
Just
for
take
it.
that out of
or just
context. That quote.
hygiene.
Would it be
That
classed as
depends.
grooming?
Nisha.
A lot of people think grooming is just basic hygiene, Nisha.
Okay,
Like-
okay, I'll go with what my first thought was.
Yeah, approach this with the same energy as that guy's like, naked grandma!
I'll go toothbrush.
Toothbrush does net you 20 points, Nisha.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, okay, so that puts Brad and Nisha both on 160 points, and the last answer, reasonably, was tweezers. Brad and Nisha, how do we decide who goes second? Because I didn't think about this, to be honest.
How about we both pick up an object that's in front of us and you guys vote for which one's cooler?
I was going to say alphabetically.
This time, Brad, you can go first. But if this happens again, Nisha, you will go first.
Well, what if I'm drawing?
I think you need to catch up first, Karl, before you worry about that.
Let's go.
So, Karl.
Yes.
Oh, no, actually, sorry. Before we go into the round robin answer, this is one of our wild card rounds. What I have done for the wild card answers is I have asked a question to our audience about each one of us. The first one I've pulled up, just, because I'm hosting today, is about me. And you've got to answer, name a video game franchise that Lucas loves. And this is all or nothing. There's one answer. One answer that'll net you 50 points, or you get nothing. Okay, so everyone, name a video game franchise that Lucas loves.
Legend of Zelda.
Pokemon.
Legend of Zelda.
And
Mine's
those
backwards.
are the 2 obvious answers.
Mine's
And
backwards,
Brad
but
got
it
it
says
right with
Legend of Zelda.
Pokemon. Brad gets the 50 points.
What? Fuck!
Every video you do is about Pokemon. You play
Yeah.
Pokemon whenever they come out.
When it comes to, the content on the side channel, I focus on Pokemon a lot. That was the most
Again,
popular answer
I guess
by
yeah,
my
the
I'm the
audience
best-
doesn't know
I'm the
you
best
as well
friend.
as I do.
I'm the best friend here.
So Brad, in fact, puts himself in the lead, so we don't need to worry about who goes first right now. But Karl, you're still,
Yes.
rank third at the moment. All
Take
can
it.
change. And you need to do a solid for me. Name a TV show that ended too soon.
I know my answer is, but it's
I
going to
want to say Game of Thrones because it's a shame they never made that 8th season. But I'm just going to go for the generic answer of Firefly. I want to get the highest score. Let's just go for the high score.
And of course, that's going to be everyone's answer because that was the top pick by a mile.
There we go.
Firefly.
It's known for ending too early.
It is known for ending too early. That's the thing with Firefly. And then, there's some not so obvious answers following Firefly because nearly all of the answers were just Firefly. So, Nisha, good luck.
No idea.
I have no clue now.
I have no idea. That's the one I thought of. It's like, all ones I've seen have had a conclusion, so it's like, and have gone on for a long time. E.g. Supernatural, which is like 15 seasons.
Let's name a show that should have ended earlier.
Or maybe, I just thought of one.
Okay.
Although I think it is coming back. Futurama.
Futurama is definitely not on the list.
Damn it.
I hope that doesn't come back. It has gone on too long at this point for me.
Futurama is coming back.
Oh god. Okay. But Brad, have you got an answer for us? Or you got 2 answers for us?
Well, the first one I'm going to suggest, this isn't one that I don't think that they went on for a while. I think the thing is, because the ending was so shit, I think people may have said I wanted more, so they have a better ending.
Okay.
So I'm going to say How I Met Your Mother.
That is nowhere to be seen on this list.
Okay, so in that case, I'm going to have to try and think of one that had no seasons. Oh god, there's going to be one of the ones on Netflix that got cancelled recently.
What, all of them? Every Netflix show.
Every season 2 Netflix show that got cancelled randomly.
That's what I mean, like, they're the ones that'll be fresh in people's minds. What's the Nun one? Nun?
I'm not telling you.
I don't even know what the Nun one.
Is it Battle Nun? Well, that means it's not on the list then, is it?
Battle Nun is not on the list. I've never heard of that show. But that brings us back to Nisha to give us a second answer.
Oh, I wasn't called Battle Nun, I was just checking. It was called Warrior Nun.
Okay. Not far off. Alita Battle Nun.
I know this isn't going to be on there, but I can't think of anything else. Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad is not on the list, I'm afraid. Carl, have you been stewing on an answer?
Yeah, there's a few. I'm just gonna. There's a few on. Like you mentioned Netflix. I'm gonna go for the one that I personally found the most annoying. I didn't have another season, which is Santa Clarita Diet.
That
I liked that.
Is a solid pick because they ended that on a fucking cliffhanger while it was number 1 on Netflix, and they cancelled it, and it's not on the list.
Shit.
Such a wacky show, that one, wasn't it?
And Brad sent you down like a bit of a pivot there because none of them are cancelled Netflix shows.
Oh, they are. They're all traditional ones. Then what we got?
So the second most popular answer, Daredevil.
But it's coming back though.
But it's coming back.
But like the Daredevil Netflix TV show did get cancelled.
Yeah, but that's a Netflix show as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
so my rabbit hole would have got people the second answer.
It costed everyone. The mentality shifted.
Good host.
And then the third is Merlin.
That ended though.
Merlin ended when it was. I thought it ended when it was supposed to.
I'm not responsible for these answers.
To be fair, the end felt very quick.
Mm-hmm.
It was just suddenly it's over. Here's the ending. So I guess I get that.
And we've got a couple
of
modern
day, and all his friends are dead.
Animated picks. At least I hope animated. Because the next one was Teen Titans, and I hope they mean the animated one. And because the other one was Titans, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's a good pick.
Teen Titans, and then Batman Beyond. / Batman of the Future from our recent controversy of that.
You know what should have been there? Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. There should have been more seasons of that.
There should, yeah. But most of the shows you mentioned there did end pretty satisfactorily.
I know.
It's like Batman of the Future had a really satisfactory ending where he fully takes up the mantle.
It was only 2 seasons or something, right?
What it'll be?
It had 2 great seasons.
Yeah.
What it'll be is because they ended it before it became shit. People want more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like if they said, "I want more seasons of Avatar: The Last Airbender." It's like, why? It ended perfect.
Well, Carl, get ready for 18 projects that they're working on right now for Avatar.
Oh, there's so. I hope they're not all bad. Please be good.
They're bringing back the actual Avatar: The Last Airbender crew as adults, and I'm like, why are you going to ruin this for us? But
if it was just one project, you'd be like, okay, it's clearly a passion project. When there's 20, it's like, that is money.
They've decided 20 years later out of nowhere to milk that shit.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are watching this on Netflix.
We are now at Nisha with 160, Karl at 180, and Brad at 210 thanks to Pokemon. But Nisha, name a TV show that had too many series or seasons. We did the reverse. We did.
I'll go with Supernatural.
And of course, Supernatural's the top answer for 50 points. Putting you level with Brad once again. And that means that, Karl, you've got to guess something other than Supernatural.
My camera.
It just got renewed for another 10 seasons. The Simpsons.
10 more seasons.
Whoa!
Of the
Holy
number
shit.
2 answer that'll get you 40 points, Karl. The Simpsons, of course, the other
It's
one
been
that has,
renewed
died multiple times live on TV and still continues to go.
There's going to be over 800 episodes of The Simpsons by the
Holy
time they're done.
crap, they're catching up to One
Jesus.
Piece.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's the battle, isn't
That's
it?
like some anime numbers, isn't it?
One Piece versus The Simpsons, which will have more episodes. I hope it's One Piece.
So my first one, I know... So I don't think that the last season of this was terrible.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people did not like the forced arc of Joey and Rachel. So I'm going to say Friends.
Friends is not on there. I think because it had a pretty good, last couple of episodes after that, people have kind of forgiven Friends. At the time, probably people
I think
were
it
upset.
ended satisfactorily as well.
Mhm.
Everyone,
Yeah.
apart from Joey, who had his own spin-off, everyone else got their own happy ending.
Wait, that wasn't the satisfying ending that you wanted for Joey to get his own shit spin-off.
I like Joey. People give Joey bad rap. Joey the series was really
I mean,
good.
I liked it as an 11-year-old that didn't know what comedy was, but yeah.
Oh, Game of Thrones. Fuck it.
The fuck it got you 30 points right there.
Yeah.
The third most
So I feel
popular.
like most people would rather it ended too soon and never got concluded than
Like,
concluded
The
poorly.
well, that's a weird answer because if anything, it ended too quickly.
Yeah.
Because they just
they
rushed
needed
the
an
last
extra
season
2
out.
seasons.
But
I would
people in
rather
their
those
heads are
seasons
now
didn't
a sour
exist, yeah.
taste and just it should have just ended before they fucked it.
Yeah, because that way we could always think they could always get a revival. There'd
Mhm.
always be that hope that they could revive it and fix it, as opposed to, well, it's ruined forever.
Yeah.
We've got to wait
Exactly.
30 years for them to reboot it with new actors. There's a lot of really bad. I'm going to say South Park.
South
It's like-
Park's not on the list, but that's going
It's like,
long
that's in its
time.
30th season, and it's just
Yeah.
you can tell they don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
Like, they're worth $1 billion combined. They don't give a shit.
I mean, I will say, at very least, they still are on that work wagon of releasing content a week later to try and keep it topical. Nisha, last answer goes to you.
Family Guy.
That's all I was going to say.
Well, you didn't, Karl, but it would have got
Yeah.
you 20 points. Family Guy.
That was my other answer when I was thinking.
This is now very close, and the last one would have been Lost.
Okay.
See, I thought of Lost for the other one because people have been like, the ending was a bit, but I guess it was a bit.
It did go
the
on
last
for a
3 seasons
long
were
time.
bit,
I did drop off after season 3 or 4 on that
yeah,
one.
and that final season just confused everybody because everyone was like, "So was it a dream?" It's like, no, but that season was. Like, what?
But it went on too long when a guy who couldn't speak English learned English in real time
Oh
during
my
the
God.
show.
Karl,
Yes.
you've got to name a superhero that's appeared in a Marvel MCU film specifically.
Let's go with Iron Man.
Iron Man's the top answer.
has
Of
to. There it is.
course, it's the
Easy
top
peasy,
answer.
just nothing but net.
50 points to Karl. Right, not 257, 270 points
It's a clean
for
finish.
Karl, and that means that Nisha is next.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Number 3 was
Yes.
one between, but you got a solid 30-point pick there. With Spider-Man and Brad, can you get number 2?
Surely, my boy Captain America's number 2.
He's number 4.
What?
He's number 4. There's
Well,
somebody.
I get another guess, I believe.
Somebody is above Captain America, so Brad, can you pick the next one above?
Has to be Thor in that case.
In that case, it is. That brings Brad up to 300 points. 3,000,
So we just-
no, it's just 300.
3,000.
I'm just typing.
Wow, that was a
them
good
out
answer.
on my screen. That's the best
An
answer.
insurmountable lead.
Thousands of points. And, we got Nisha to get the last pick right now.
The Hulk.
The Hulk's not number 5. Karl, can you get number 5?
I'm going to go for Black Panther.
Black
Recency
Panther.
bias, most recent movie.
Black Panther was number 6.
Okay, I tried.
Is it Doctor Strange?
No, it's Ant-Man. Presumably because the movie's coming out soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was like, Ant-Man? There's a lot of trailers out right now for Ant-Man. That makes sense.
If Iron Man wasn't number one, I would seriously have questioned our audience.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's like, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Captain America, they have to be there. Hulk, you'd think Hulk was not even with a shot. I don't know how. Even combining, like, Bruce Banner and the Hulk, not on the list. You've got to name something that people are afraid of.
Spiders.
Spiders is the top answer. And then Karl.
The Dark.
The Dark.
Yeah, but I'm scared of. You don't know what's in it. Could be spiders in there.
There could be spiders in there. Nice.
The Dark has
number 2 answer. 40 points. Bringing
I know my
Karl and
fears.
Nisha together. And then Brad.
I'm going to go with heights.
2. And heights is number 3 for 30 points. And then Brad, you've got a second pick.
Death.
Death. That's number 5. That nets you another 10. A tidy 10 points, and that means there's one answer left. Karl.
It's a really specific one, but it's the thing I'm most scared of, so I'm going to go for open water. Thalassophobia.
I did think that.
Open water's not on there.
Okay, because that's the thing that I'm scared of, and I
Okay.
love that word, but...
This is something I'm scared of as well, is being, like, trapped in small space, so you can't move.
Mm-hmm.
Like, claustrophobic, sort of stuck
So
in small space.
is your answer claustrophobia?
I guess it would be, yeah.
Or like they're scared of small spaces, which
Yeah.
that does not get you any points.
It's not.
No, it
Did
doesn't.
people, as a joke, put on Hippomonstrosescopedaliophobia?
No, there was a few for like
Scared
is
of
it like
words.
Tritophobia, where there's like the holes in everything.
Oh, yeah.
People don't like that.
There's a few of that, but the answer that was on the list was clowns.
Oh! I was like...
Very
I
common.
was thinking,
Someone who's scared of
there's another
clowns.
one.
So Nisha's going to go first because you're both on 310 and Brad's in the lead with 340. So it's going to go Nisha, Karl, Brad. And Nisha, can you name a board game?
Just any.
Just name a board
it.
game. Name a board game.
Monopoly.
Monopoly's the correct answer. That will get you 50 points.
The right answer.
That is the most popular one of all. And Karl, can you get number 2 maybe? There's a significant, again, drop-off after Monopoly. Everyone thinks of that.
Everyone thinks of Monopoly first. Chess.
I don't think people
Chess
would have
was
viewed
our
that as a
number
board
6
game.
answer.
Ah.
What?
Ooh.
Philistines.
Mhm. Yeah, it's not really what you think is like a board game. It's like it is, but it like
you play
people,
it on a board. It's not a board game.
people don't really say like play a board game. They just say, "Do you want to play chess?"
Yeah. It's elevated above
Mhm.
the mere board game
Yeah.
classification.
It's above board games in this world. But Brad, you get 2 guesses.
I think when people think about board games, the one that always comes up is Settlers of Catan.
Settlers of Catan. It's a solid pick because that'll get you 30 points. That will. And we recently spoke about Settlers of Catan. So is Cones of Dunshire on this list? We don't know.
What do people whip out at parties?
Well,
Um,
that's not what I'm asking here, Brad.
No one's
It's a
whipping out a
different
board
question.
game at any party that's decent.
I'm gonna go with Risk.
Oh,
Do you
you
go to a house
risked it
party and then
for
whip out Risk, leave?
No, I
Yeah.
think Risk is another one of those well-known ones.
Yeah, if
Everyone
you go to a party
associates
and it's
with
like,
board
does anyone want to
games.
play Risk? It's like, leave, please. Unless
Should
it's a
not leave
board
it.
game party, you cannot do that shit. But it will get you 40 points.
Yes.
That's putting Brad
Sweeping it.
with a nice cushion right there at 410 points. And Karl, can you get one of the bottom 2?
Operation.
Operation is not on the list, Karl.
I thought I'd just go the exact opposite way of like the most highbrow to the most lowbrow.
And Nisha, what have you got for us?
Cluedo.
Cluedo. Cluedo nets you 20 more points.
Yes.
That means that Karl's looking a bit lonely down at the bottom. That was not a great round for Karl. And the last one would have been Scrabble.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like Scrabble.
Again, another
Not,
game
not
that I don't
Twilight
really think
Imperium.
of. I don't really think of like Scrabble as a board game. It's like its own game to me. And now it's time for another wild card round.
I can get my points back on this one. Let's go.
So this one is about the lovely Nisha. And this, we have to name a type of animal that Nisha loves. Cat is not technically the right answer. Cats is the right answer.
Yeah, I had to write mine backwards. So I wrote it forwards the first
so
time.
obviously you all get points.
Oh, this
for
is
that
what
one.
people are. This is what people think is hers, isn't it? I was writing what I obviously it's right, but I was writing what I thought she would write.
No.
Oh, we've got to think what the audience. Oh God, if the audience doesn't know us, that's going to be fucking shit, isn't it?
But you did get that.
But they know me
last
because I'm
time.
always talking about cats.
Yeah.
You did get that right last time because, you know, obviously I probably prefer Zelda to Pokemon. I do prefer Zelda to Pokemon.
I was answering because I know you in real life.
Pokemon way more on the channel.
Oh, see, I thought I just knew you better, but now I just know that I know what the audience thinks of you better.
No, I love Pokemon, but Pokemon are generally bad games, whereas Zelda games are good games. So Pokemon games are bad games that I like.
Yeah, that's why I went for Zelda, because I know you like it, or you love it, so... Yeah, cats.
And so that keeps everyone, you know, pretty much where they were. And that means that Karl still got some catching up to do. So, Karl, name an actor that should play the next Superman. And I did clarify live action.
Is there the clarification that it has to be an actor who's not played him before?
Nope.
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill's the top answer.
Yeah.
Because people are just like, bring him back!
Yeah, because I was just thinking... Well, comic book fans are inherently very boring people who don't want anything new. They just want the same guy.
Yeah, it's just like, no, Cavill was fine. Bring him back.
It's like when you ask like who should play Wolverine next week, you're saying Hugh Jackman. It's like Hugh Jackman's 50.
That's not what we're asking, but that's what people answered.
Sticking with superhero theme, I'll say Chris Evans.
Chris Evans is not on the list.
I do both.
On my first one, I'm going to follow the theme and say Brandon Routh.
Brandon Routh is also not on the list. Apparently nobody likes Superman Returns.
Oh, Superman Returns itself wasn't great, but that scene where he saves people on the plane is like the best Superman scene
He
ever.
also came back in like the Arrowverse crossover.
Yeah, the crossover. I can't remember the name of it now.
They spent like a whole £14 on his cameo.
Yeah. Channing Tatum.
Ooh, Gambit of all people.
Weird pick.
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird pick that nets you 0 points as well.
I was thinking of someone who's muscular and popular.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Nisha, have you got picked to net you any points this round?
I don't think I'm going to be able to pick someone who will actually give me points, so I might just say someone who I would probably like to see as Superman, Jensen Ackles.
What a surprise.
I mean, yeah, when you say it, I'm like, yeah, of course, because that's a solid pick.
Soldier Boy.
Yeah, someone who actually bulked up for the role and not just Anthony Starr in it.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just get a muscle suit, dude? It's not an answer, though. It's not on there.
It's fine.
Carl's looking pretty happy over there. What have you got an answer for us, Karl?
There's a couple. I'm going to stick with it, but people probably want like Tom Welling to come back, I imagine. They'd probably want him to come back for one or two. But I said gamers and comic book fans are inherently boring people, so they'd probably just pick the most obvious one, like who's a big buff dude.
I just want to clarify as well that like Karl and I are both gamers and comic book nerds. Like,
yeah, we don't like.
He says it in like, you know, a jesty way that's also true, but you know,
yeah. Considering that the top answer is a guy who's already played him once,
or like 5 times.
Yes, I'm gonna go for a bit of out of left field. I'm going for John Cena.
That's his new
He's just
He was my other
You
pick.
should have realised that that might not be on there because of home. What's his name?
Peacekeeper.
Peacekeeper. I always go to Homelander,
That doesn't
and then it's like
matter,
Homelander's
because
the fucking.
they've already
got him in the
bring Henry Cavill
DCU.
back.
I also
so
remember
it's-
Crisis of Infinite Earths was the one with Brandon.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes, but that nets you 0 points. So I'll go for. I'll let you guys know
Please
what
Nick
the
Cage.
pick was.
Please Nick Cage be on there.
Number 2, Nick Cage, because of that fucking failed like 90s pitch of
Just
him
let
as
him do it
Superman.
again.
I didn't want to say so I didn't think anyone else would say it.
And number 3, an actor that, you know, I googled and seems like, you know, pretty respected in that. I've not heard of him. Matt Bomer.
Oh yeah, he's like from some TV show. He's one of those people. He's so handsome that it's distracting.
Yeah, he's very handsome. He is
I
a
get
very
that.
It's like
handsome
an
man.
AI generated thing. If he just types in handsome man,
Just Matt Bomer appears. But speaking of handsome men, We got 2 more coming up because it's Michael B. Jordan and then Idris
Well, I
Elba.
see that.
Oh, yeah. From who?
I did
Idris
think
Elba after
I did
that.
wonder Idris Elba. I
Ooh.
thought because he's top pick for Bond, I didn't think.
Well, Idris Elba has that line in Fast and Furious where he's like, I'm Black Superman or something, doesn't he?
Where he does a chase scene to his own rap song.
So I guess he already
yeah.
is. But yeah, no, you know, some solid picks after the first 2 like obvious boring ones. Well, I'm not mad at those last ones, but yeah, Karl the only one eking out any points, still in last place. And Karl, you need to name me a video game that's great to play with friends.
Smash Bros.
Super Smash Bros. Gets you 20
you know,
points.
20
points.
20?
20 points. That was the 4th answer on the list. And
Clearly people
Nisha,
like playing.
God, there's loads.
there are loads. What's the one that like everyone's going to pick out? Because that's what you got to get your mindset in of like, what are the games everyone's also going to answer? Because those are going to be the most popular ones.
I'll go with. Oh, there's 2 types. I'll go with Tekken.
Tekken's
Your
not on
grandma
the
at
list.
Tekken. Your grandma just picking it.
Grandma's like, I've mastered King's combos. Let's go.
I'm
Let's go.
thinking like, yeah, just fighting games.
Just your grandma coming
It's
under a
just so-
3-ring circus on your
There's just
ass while it's in
many-
a frame.
Just 10-hit combo Kazuya. Yeah, let's go.
Well, I'm very
No.
glad that nobody looked at my hat. I'm going to say Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
Oh,
Is it on the list though, Brad?
It should be.
It is. It's the top answer.
Oh.
Yes.
This is
yeah,
fucking
I
Mario
think about
Kart 8.
racing game.
Mario
As I-
Kart 8 just keeps selling like a goddamn fucker.
As I get another
Sold
guess
more
as
than
well.
the console it was released for.
As I get
More
another guess
copies
as
of
well,
Mario
I'm
Kart
going
8
to
than
stay on
used.
theme and
He's
I'm going to
going
say
Mario
Mario
again.
Party.
Oh, and he gets the number 2 pick as well. Mario Kart.
Oh
Mario
yeah,
Party.
Mario's keeping me alive.
90 points for Brad. He knew exactly
hell.
what he was doing. Nisha, you've got a 30 points and a 10-point answer left.
Oh, I'm just gonna say this one because it's more of a recent thing. Fall Guys.
I would personally put Fall Guys on my list, but it's not on the list. You know, we all had fun playing Fall Guys not long ago,
Yep,
but yeah.
we do. Yeah, I'm going to just say FIFA. I know a lot of people play FIFA.
But FIFA's not on the answers.
It's not on the list, okay.
It's not on
Ooh.
the list.
The other ones I had in mind were Call of Duty or Halo.
Neither of them are on the
Oh.
list.
What
Really?
about Rocket League?
Not on the list.
Fortnite?
Not on the
Overwatch?
list. So the
Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
30-point answer would be Minecraft.
Oh yeah.
Good
Oh,
old
yeah.
Minecraft.
When I'm
And then,
thinking friends,
number-
I'm thinking in person.
Number 10, Jackbox.
Ah.
Do you see how they put hard mode in there and all it does is stops you playing the word come?
Oh, and we have a tie again. We got Nisha and Karl at 430 and Brad running away with 550 at the moment.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Catching up to do, you're both 120 points behind. And that means that
Power of the
Karl
Mario.
gets to go first this time. You basically got that entire lead just off Mario. Someone didn't think to press the Mario button. And, Karl,
Yes.
speaking of Mario, name something you thought existed when you were a child.
I know what the top answer is, but I'm not going to say it on
No,
principle.
just say it. You've got to say it 'cause you'll lose out.
I'm going to say it on principle because he's definitely real. And I'm going to go instead for Rudolph.
Rudolph's not on the list.
Damn it. Anyone
So
says
that
that
means
answer,
Nisha.
they have got no soul. You
No,
value
no.
points
To be
over
fair,
children.
the question is, name something you thought existed when you were a child. It doesn't say that doesn't exist.
It's implied, though.
It doesn't say that doesn't exist.
It is implied,
The
though.
It
Planet
doesn't
Earth.
say.
Well, I want these points, so Santa Claus.
Nisha's going for the points and getting the top answer with Santa
I
Claus.
don't care. I need the
Didn't
points.
say that doesn't exist.
Well, Brad's just going to slam out his 2 answers of Tooth Fairy and Easter Bunny.
Tooth Fairy, the second answer. Easter Bunny got fucked right off.
Oh.
Easter Bunny.
No one.
To be fair, no one
No
actually
one believed in
those
Easter
at
Bunny, apparently.
What else is there?
There's not much left to believe.
No. Listen. Again, I have 2
Happiness.
thoughts. Two thoughts in my mind.
Just go with the existential stuff.
The idea that capitalism is just
happiness and dreams.
A social, like, work-life balance.
Like monsters under your bed.
Is that what you're specifically going to say? Monsters under the bed?
Or unless it's like the boogeyman.
Okay, neither of those
Oh,
give you any
for God's
points. And we've got one more pick-up for Karl after he threw away some points with Rudolph.
Because I'm thinking, like, the two things I believe
Reindeers exist, you know that, Karl?
that I never believed. Well, Rudolph doesn't.
Well,
The things I
reindeers
believe
do.
in as a kid that normally, like, adjust society under capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not going to be, is it? And I'm going to guess. Nisha already says monsters under your bed. I was going to say sharks at the bottom of your bed. I used to believe that.
That's a very niche answer that nobody else picked.
Well,
Sharks at the bottom of your bed.
I'm wondering how
Nobody
you
else
watched Jaws as a kid and thought that. So I'm just going to say...
Well, no, was that not your
ghosts.
answer?
No, ghosts. I was talking through my answers.
Okay. What are you
my
going
thought was
for?
that. Ghosts.
A solid 10 points there, Karl.
Spooky
A solid
ghosts.
10.
What? They are real.
You threw away...
Doesn't mean they're
Yeah,
not
but
real.
it doesn't,
yeah.
it doesn't
Exactly.
explicitly say that don't exist. Okay? All of these things could exist, but just you thought they were real when you were a child.
And one of them definitely does exist.
And the 30-point answer was God.
Oh, we've got some fucking edgelords in our fucking audience.
And then the 20-point answer was magic. So, Karl, I
Yes.
feel like you might be, acclimatized to it. What is the coolest species of dinosaur?
Listen, I know what I want to say, but I know what the answer is, and it's Tyrannosaurus Rex, the tyrant lizard king.
It's on the list.
Is it not number one?
It's not number one. It's
not
number
number one?
3.
Number 3,
30
okay.
point answer.
What?
So our
Yeah.
audience is a bit more civilized and cultured than I took them for.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And that means, Nisha, you get to pick a dinosaur for us.
Stegosaurus.
That's a good
Stegosaurus.
dinosaur.
I am a
That's
stegosaurus.
what I thought. I am
You know what?
a
That actually more
Stegosaurus.
points than the T-Rex does. That's the
That's a
40-point answer.
You know, I'm not. That's a solid
That's
dinosaur.
a solid pick.
I'm glad no one took a velociraptor. It's got to be number one.
That is, it's on the list, but it's not number 1. That's a 20-point answer to 610 for
So
Brad.
what do
Can't
people
think
think
of
is
those.
cooler than those?
20 points. So there's
Got what the names
there's
are.
the
one
top
pick for
and the
it.
bottom answer left. There's 50 points and 10 points
I'm not
left.
going with any long neck ones because there's like 8 or 9 different names. And I'm not taking that gamble.
And,
Let's go
and
with pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl. That'll get you 10
Right.
more points.
Did you not read the
Solid
comments
choice.
on the? Listen, go. Pterodactyls aren't dinosaurs. They're pterodons. It's like, shut up. You know what we mean.
And again, I'm not responsible for the answers. Not
Yep.
responsible for whether it's a brontosaurus
Well,
or a
apparently
brachiosaurus or
Brontosaurus
whatever.
does exist now.
And
They've now named a dinosaur Brontosaurus.
Oh, okay,
But it's
yeah.
not the fake one that used to exist. You've got Brachiosaur, you've got Diplodocus, like there's so many different
and
types.
I'm not trying to give away whether that answer is or is not on the list. By the way, that's
Apatosaur.
not.
It's also
what I'm
not
saying.
cool.
Yeah, because it's a herbivore. Herbivore's cool, right?
Stegosaurus is on the list.
Oh, I know
I
what
was
the top
joking.
one's
I was
gonna be.
joking. I was joking. So Nisha, do we have another answer?
I know what it
The
is.
most popular one, the
know what
coolest
it is.
dinosaur.
I know what it is.
What's that? I forgot the name. The one with the. It's like the spiky bits in the back. You know what I mean?
Like,
There's a lot of
it's not just
dinosaurs.
like a Spinosaur or something like
The
It's-
spiky bits on the
It's
back.
on 4 legs. It's a herbivore. It's got like those spikes.
that. I know which one you mean.
You know which one I mean?
My favourite dinosaur, Ankylosaurus.
I think so. I think that's what it's called.
Either way, it's not on the list.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So whatever you were about to come up with a name of, it's not that one.
Yes. It's the Ankylosaurus or Ankylosaurus as I call
I
it.
think
Again,
it's
everyone's giving me shit for my
spiky back
pronunciation.
one.
Spiky dinosaur.
So
Mhm.
it's got to be the Triceratops, right?
Yeah, got it.
It has got to be the Triceratops.
Triceratops,
Carl. That is the
there it is.
correct
Oh,
answer.
God.
Triceratops! That's
It's
it, everyone's such...
that's all in my head. It was like, which ones are the Power Ranger dinosaurs?
Yeah. So when it comes to like dinosaurs, everyone's
Where's
so
the
basic.
mastodon
It's-
then?
Yeah, it's
The
Tyrannosaurus.
mastodon was not on there.
Mastodon, pterodactyl, triceratops,
Saber-tooth
saber-tooth
tiger, that's not a dinosaur.
Because
Is
whenever
there
he
no one
said
more
it,
there is no one more boring though. He's like, oh, I love pterodactyls, my favourite dinosaur. And someone just goes, You know they're not dinosaurs, right? And you go, great. Would you anything else to contribute besides
Does that mean that 3 out of 5 of the dinosaurs in like the Megazord are not dinosaurs?
Pretty much, yeah.
Dinosaurs.
Mastodon, pterodactyl, and saber-toothed tiger are all not dinosaurs.
No,
they're also not prehistoric. Like, they're also like they are prehistoric, but not like Jurassic. And then don't forget, like, the white falcon Zord turns on. So what the fuck's that? Just a bird.
It's fucking cool, Karl. That's what it is. The Dragon Zord.
I just always loved how whenever Jason summoned his, he went, Tyrannosaurus! Everyone else does it, like, just normally.
Triceratops was the correct answer. So, Nisha, name a game that doesn't specify what type of game. Name a game that takes place on an island.
I mean, they all pretty much take place on big islands.
Theoretically, isn't the Earth just a big island?
Yeah, exactly. Fortnite.
That's gonna be mine.
Fortnite is not on the list.
It's not even on the list anyway.
And just to clarify, this is not necessarily a video game.
Yep. So I'm going to go for my answer. Squid Game.
Squid Game is not on the list.
Oh, I thought I was being clever then. I thought people were smart. And go,
That
Squid
means
Game
Brad's
on
got
an
another
island.
open board to try and get 2 picks on it.
Well, I've not played it, but I'm pretty sure that Breath of the Wild is just one big island, right? So Breath of the Wild.
That is incorrect and also not on the list.
Oh. Well, that's what happens when I go for something I've not played.
Yeah. Although, technically people might say, like, the greater world has, like, an outer bounds, but it's, like, a bit of a chasm to then go onto more land that you can't get to. But
Right. Takes place on an island.
On an island. Every answer's still up for grabs.
Grand Theft Auto.
It's not on the list.
Damn it.
It's
Ooh,
not
bad at
there.
this.
That
We're
This is
bad at
not a
this.
good round.
4 guesses and no points. Karl, name a game on an island.
I'm going to go for out of left field Love Island, which is a game show.
Oh, you know what? That should be on the list, but it's not.
Yeah, because it's like they're all playing games.
Ooh.
It's not a bad way of thinking.
Let's go for like that lateral pick.
Mm-hmm.
It did not go well.
Can Nisha be the only one to get any points this round?
Someone at home is screaming.
It's just made me think of a reality game.
Mm-hmm.
I think, was it on an island? Fort Bayard.
A niche pick from Nisha right there.
It's definitely a bit
A
too
niche
old.
pick.
I don't know.
That's not on the list, Nisha. You went deep
Too far
into
back,
the caverns
I'm sorry.
of random British 90s shows.
I was surprised Survivor didn't come out after Cars
Survivor
Love
was the
Island.
top answer!
After Cars and Love Island, I thought someone was going to say
It
Survivor.
was the top one!
I always thought like no one's going to say Survivor. That's way too old a pick. It's from like the 90s, like 20
But,
years
like,
old.
I think there's still, like, I think it's still a thing in America.
Oh, yeah.
Go on, what are the
So
others?
that was
Did
number
someone
one.
say Minecraft?
No one said Minecraft. Number 1, Survivor. Number 2, Dead Island. Island
was
in the
thinking-
name.
That felt a bit too obvious, though, and on the nose.
Well, that's what we're going for.
I'm sorry, I've got faith in our audience that they'd say something
Number
smarter.
3, Animal Crossing. Literally a game where you get flown to your own island in the latest version.
Look on Nisha's face says it all. She's
I
so
have
mad.
it.
Yeah. Hundreds of hours in it from me, and Far Cry is the number 4 pick. Just, that was just the series in general.
In
so there was
general,
Far
yeah.
Cry 3, Far Cry 4, whatever. Then another one with Island in the name, Secret of Monkey Island. 0 points at that round.
Yeah, I won't get any of those.
That means it's time for another wildcard round. Now, you'll notice a theme that I didn't stick to for this one. But there is a reason, and that's one for Brad.
Oh no.
And I said, name something that Brad hates. And that's only because you've been doing, a few videos on things that you dislike, Brad. That is not a statement about you or anything. We're all ready then, and that means reveal your answers.
Oh, flat earthers.
He hates the truth. I was so tempted to write the truth and then put flat earth underneath it.
So yeah,
Reality as
the
we
correct
know
answer is flat earthers / flat earth is fine.
The flat earth theory, yeah. I couldn't fit that on a piece of paper, mate. Come on.
Name a popular New Year's resolution.
Oh, lose weight.
Lose weight, number one.
Got to be number one with a bullet, surely.
Number one. And specifically, I will say, like, obviously, there's a lot of overlap in a lot of these answers because there's a lot of New Year's resolutions. I specifically am going to point out lose weight as an answer is number one.
Okay.
So it's time for Nisha to pick.
So I could say, like, eat healthy. And it would be separate to lose weight. I'll say, like, eat healthier.
Is not on the list.
Fake.
That was a good pick, though. It's a good pick.
It's a good pick, but it wasn't on the list.
No.
It wasn't the answers, but...
I think Lucas's clarification means go to the gym is probably there.
That is... You know, number two is, like, exercise / go to the gym. Yeah. I didn't think I'd separate those ones. It's a bit unfair. That's the same thing. So Brad netting himself a 40 point there.
And if the being healthier one isn't there, like the one Nisha said, I reckon it'll be quit smoking.
Stop smoking is the 30 point answer. I mean, Brad getting another 70 in this round.
I feel like I have this advantage in the middle here because if the other people don't get the right guesses, I get 2 goes.
Yeah, but they get the obvious 2. They're meant to get the obvious 2.
But they're not that obvious, are they?
You're consistently getting 2 every time.
Yeah.
Well, maybe next time we can think about how this shifts up. And just as a reminder for everyone, if you want to get in on answering these, you can go over and join our Patreon at any tier. The survey will be live throughout all of February. And then we'll record, early March, and that'll be the next episode.
Yep.
So
give funnier answers.
That questionnaire. We'll give obvious
next time we'll
answers.
drink as well. But it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon right now.
Maybe we'll record a late night one next time.
Oh, that'd be good. Get proper like Larry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
But Nisha,
you do a shot when you get one wrong.
You got another New Year's resolution? Yeah, the 20 and 10 point answers left.
It's I really like. I don't know, like. I feel like people wouldn't. I don't know if people would say stop drinking, but probably drink like less alcohol.
I that kind of answer I'd just put in both.
Yeah, so like less alcohol.
Okay. Yeah, stop drinking is the 20 point answer. Right there.
Yeah.
Dry January.
Yeah.
And that's everyone's New Year's resolution for about a week.
Pretty much, yeah.
Carl?
Well, I think it'd be see friends more. That's normally what a lot of people do. Like, I want to catch up with my friends more, like go more, like events and stuff.
That's definitely a pick that I would put over our number 5 answer, and the number 5 answer was sleep more.
Sleep more?
Yeah, which I respect.
Spend more time doing nothing.
Yeah, well, that's not an answer that Carl respects. Clearly, it's one that I respect.
More time unconscious.
More time unconscious, and that leaves us at Nisha at 590, Karl at 620, and Brad at 740. I'm gonna say, like, if we've got better ways to figure this out next time, I think people just guessing first and second might need to do a bit better.
Yeah, probably a better answer. We are sucking pretty hard.
I think it's because the first 2 guesses are always what we're finding the most obvious.
Mm-hmm.
But if the actual question has gone in a different direction,
what you're saying, Brad, is that you're actually thinking about it. And anyway, Nisha, name something you might find in a bathtub.
In a bathtub?
In a bathtub.
A corpse.
Nicky Grandma!
Hey.
And these are all sensible, non-macabre answers.
A plug.
Acid.
Plug.
Yeah.
That is our 20 point answer.
What? That's how you keep the water in.
That brings you up to 610 points. Karl with 620. What is your guess?
I'm going to go for a spider. You will find a spider in the bath.
Not many people are finding spiders in the bathtub,
No,
Karl.
but a spider.
No.
Well, I guess I'll just take the points now then and go with water and rubber duck.
That is 80 points right there for Brad.
That's so boring.
But Karl, that's what you need to be guessing.
Why
Guess
like
the
I
boring
thought-
answers.
I found it funny.
Answer.
How Nisha was like plug, and then when she that's how you keep the water in. It's like obviously water's going to be number 1.
Water's number 1, and rubber duck is 30
Got
point
an
answer.
empty bathtub.
It didn't say empty.
Well, we didn't say full either.
Yeah, so take it as you will. Oh
For fuck's
dear,
sake.
Carl, can you think of anything but sea urchin to put in your bathtub?
I want to go for
You got it right with like the Henry Cavill answer. You got to go for the boring, like obvious stuff.
sponge.
It's not on
You
there,
know
is
what?
it?
It's not. It's not in there.
No fucking using sponges.
No. It's not. Nisha, can you think of anything you might find in your bathtub? Or anyone's bathtub?
Soap.
Soap is a 40-point answer right there. I don't know how many people are lathering themselves up with a third-party device. That's the thing, Carl. I think a lot of people are just getting the soap and just getting it on you.
Oh,
Animals.
just dropping a bath bomb in.
Just dropping those bath bombs. No soap. No soap. No sponge.
No
No
water.
loofah.
No plug.
there was a plug. There was a plug. Then the 10-point answer was hair.
I think sponge is probably higher than hair in my mind, but okay.
So we're talking about obvious answers, Carl, not random quirky answers. So you've got to name a movie that stars Tom Cruise.
Top Gun.
Top Gun's the 50-point answer. That is Top Gun. For this one, I've gone
the
like
series.
franchises. Like Top Gun and Maverick were both classed as the same thing. But that means that Nisha gets to pick number 2 of name a movie that stars Tom Cruise.
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible is the 40-point answer. And that to me was the most obvious, but Top Gun's just come out.
See, I'm
That
in
makes
this
sense.
nebulous space now where
They're
they're the things he's mostly known for.
Like, that's what I mean, is like, theoretically, like, this is the round where it should show that the way that this works out is that Brad now has no obvious picks, and that Karl and Nisha have took the 2 most obvious, but it doesn't always work out that way.
So I'm going to try and get into the mindset of people naming Tom Cruise-ness. I'm going to say Tropic Thunder.
Does that have Tom Cruise in it?
Yeah, he
That's
plays
what
Les
everyone
Grossman.
says, yeah.
Okay, well, it's not
It's
there.
Oh, it's just I thought it was like one of those roles that everyone remembered him being because it was so different. Okay. Oh, Jerry Maguire. That was him, right?
Is Jerry Maguire the movie?
Am I getting the wrong
Yep.
name?
No,
No, it's not on the list because you can tell because I don't know. But yeah, Brad was 0 points, I'm afraid. What are people going to say after Mission Impossible and Top Gun? But Nisha, have you got a guess?
I have 3 answers. I don't know which one to go for.
You've got to only give one, I'm afraid. Can't just shotgun approach
Which
this one.
one would people say, though? I'm gonna go War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds is not on the list.
That was good guess though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that film.
solid choice. Karl, have you got an answer that's going to get points?
We're predicting our audience. I want to go for the anime adaptation. All you need is kill, or live, die, repeat over here.
No.
Is that on there? I figured like people like the anime fans would be like.
I didn't even know that was an anime, to be fair. Also,
a
wasn't
manga
that like...
first.
That movie
Was
got
Edge
its
of
names
Tomorrow
changed.
is
It was
the-
Edge of Tomorrow, and then it
Yeah.
was Edge
Then-
of Tomorrow, Live, Die, Repeat, and then it
Yeah.
was Live, Die, Repeat.
And then all you
And
need is kill.
Yeah. So, number 30 was Cocktail.
Oh, that's
was
one of my
gonna say that.
choices.
That's a
Yeah.
decent movie.
Oh,
I've spelt this wrong. 20-point answer was The Mummy.
oh
I
that
should've
was my
put
other.
two
Oh
M's
my
in there,
god,
but
that was my
I
other answer.
was
as well.
wondering
The
if people would
reboot.
say The Mummy because it's a recent one.
And then, pretty solid pick, 10-point answer is Risky Business.
Oh my god, I can't believe my 2 other answers were on there.
But yeah, it's a tough one after you get those first 2.
Can't believe there was no Night and Day.
And that means that, Karl, you've got to name a game that Mario is in, but his name is not on the title.
That's a good one. That's a real good one. A game that he's in, but his name's not in the title. I can't say it's. I can't just do it again. I'm just gonna Smash Bros. Just say it again.
So Super Smash Bros. Is there. It's the 40-point answer. There's one more popular than Super Smash Bros. That's a solid 40 points there, and that means, Nisha, you get to guess next.
That's a really good one. That a game that he's in, but he's not got his
Could
name on the
could I
title.
technically say that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No, I'm
No.
incorporating the entire
Damn
series
it.
there. Yeah. No cheating with that one, I'm afraid.
Is he in Donkey Kong?
That is the top answer.
Yes!
Donkey Kong.
Yes!
The original.
And people in the comments like Jumpman, Mario, that's the same
Same character.
Like, Yes, he starred as Jumpman to start with, but Donkey Kong was the most popular answer.
You got a better agent after he was in Donkey Kong. Changed his name. Branding was way stronger. It's not. It's the same
Nisha.
Mario, but it's not the same Donkey Kong.
That means Brad, you got some pickups here. Number
I've
3,
never-
4, and 5.
I've never owned an actual Nintendo console.
You've got
I've
Mario on your head right now, Brad.
Yeah, because I
Do
dressed as
better,
Mario
wearing a
be
Mario
better.
hat, being like, I don't know any Mario games.
The only
That's not really
Mario
my
game
thing.
the only Mario game I've ever played is Super Mario Odyssey, and I played an hour of it.
But we're not asking about Mario games. We're asking
Yeah.
about non-Mario games.
Even
Alright.
worse.
How many non-Mario games
I'm
with
trying to
Mario
remember
in
the
it have you
name.
played?
I'm trying to remember the name of one of those old games. Is he in Luigi's Mansion?
He is in Luigi's Mansion, and that'll net you 30 points.
Yes.
Because
That
the
one- I'm
entire
happy with
premise
that
of Luigi's Mansion is that Mario's gone missing, and Luigi has to find him.
And
Or a
then
bit of a combo. Luigi got gifted a mansion, but also Mario's been kidnapped.
I just love that one of like Luigi stop getting haunted mansions, like but they're free.
Stop accepting the prize of Haunted Mansion.
But they're free.
Oh, actually, I've just realised that I've one of the 2 answers that I've put here in the full title does actually have Mario in it, so I'm going to find number 6 and just shuffle things around a bit.
Is there a game called Kirby's Playtime? Like, that's in my head.
Not that I'm aware of.
I'm
And
trying
it's
to think
not
of
on the list.
No, that's
I'm
fine.
gonna-
I'm not going to think of another one. I'm trying to think of a Kirby game, but
Kirby's Playland. There's Kirby's Dreamland.
maybe that was it. But
Um,
I'm happy that I got one, so I'm good with that.
I've got a revised answer list. Karl, Nisha. Next. You got any guesses?
What
You
was
can
that?
pass if you've got nothing.
I
Of
say,
course.
what was that game we had in uni? It was like WarioWare or something like that. I don't know if anyone can
There
remember
is-
that one.
There is WarioWare, yeah.
I'll just go with that one.
It's not on the list. I can't remember if Mario does
I
ever
don't think
appear
it
in
does.
it.
But
But it's not on the list. I think we had like Mario Mii's that we would use in there. For like the survival game, but I don't think Mario's in it.
Carl's
getting one of his out.
Carl, I'll ask that you look over towards us and not cheat behind
I
your
was going to get the
desk.
game. I was going to say the game. Say Yoshi's Safari, which I have.
You know what? Yoshi's Safari is the revised 5th point answer.
Is it?
Yeah, so someone put,
Oh my god!
because people put Yoshi's Island, but I just remembered then looking at the answers that that's actually Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, Yoshi's Safari.
So
look.
Yoshi's Safari was the 10-point answer.
I actually have it on SNES.
So Yoshi's Island did get kicked out because that's Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, and then Punch Out was the 20-point answer. Because Mario was the referee within Punch Out.
Mr. Video Game.
Missed a video game, but it's Mario. He's wearing
Also
the
like
Mario
Super
hat.
Mario All Stars as well.
That has got Mario in the title, I'm afraid,
Yeah,
Carl.
so the first thing I saw when I pulled like the green screen to the side, I was like, oh, Super Mario All Stars. But I know like Yoshi's Island is there. So. Yeah, Yoshi's Safari.
Like the random pull that managed to get Carl 10 points. He's still
10
behind.
fucking points.
But Carl, that means you're first up on the next one. Name something people add sugar to.
Oh, the tea.
Tea's the top answer. Tea
Yeah.
is the top.
You have a cup of tea with some sugar in it.
And Nisha, can you get the second?
Coffee.
Coffee is the second. That gets you 40 points. Now leaves Brad with just the 4th and 5th yet again.
Hot chocolate.
People are catching up. Chocolate is not there.
Tea and coffee are just the obvious ones.
They
Now
are.
I'm stuck. This is how it's supposed to work.
Brad's
This
like his
was-
Horlicks.
This is what's getting them back in the game right now.
Yeah, tea and coffee.
Say
Bovril.
The first thing that came to mind for me after tea and coffee, it's not something I would consider that you would add sugar to, but you do need to put sugar in it. So I'm going to say cake.
Brad got into the mind of the audience. Cake is the 30-point answer. You don't add it to cake, but you add it to cake mix to make the cake.
Yes.
That was the third answer. It's not what I would say. You don't
But it's what
take
you-
a slice of cake and go, oh, I'm going to put a bit of sugar on this.
Oh, you put icing sugar on?
There's 2 more things. The 20 and 10-point answers available.
This is what I used to do when I was younger. I used to add sugar to my cereal.
That gets you 20 points, Nisha.
It's like bran flakes, you always put a little bit of sugar on.
I was always going
Because like we always got like for example, like non-branded Frosted Flakes, but sometimes you'd get non-branded, not cornflakes, and then you just add a bit of sugar on the top.
I always added it to my Weetabix.
Yes, yeah, on your Weetabix.
I used to put like half Frosties, half cornflakes.
Carl's just a madman. He's like, Frosties is too much sugar for my liking.
Needs
to add a bit of blandness in there.
So I'm trying to think now. Like, does it say cereal specifically, or just breakfast?
Cereal.
Okay, so I'm gonna go for porridge then. Put your sugar in your porridge.
You'd be wrong.
Is the last one popcorn?
Nope. The last one, I don't know where this came from, is pie.
I guess the same mindset as making a cake.
Unless it's an American audience. American pie is like...
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think that's one that we would think of. But for Americans, makes perfect sense, yeah. And that brings us to the last wild card.
It's me.
This is about Karl.
It's a me.
It's a me, Karl.
It's a me.
Name a movie franchise that Karl loves. And you've got to think about our audience here. Always remember that.
Yep.
That's the thing. I know what the answer is, but I don't like the franchise. I like the first movie.
The thing is, that, Karl, that applies to like 3 different franchises that you talk about on the channel regularly.
He likes the first movie, but not the reboots and not the TV shows. And
like once again, that applies to like several franchises that Karl quote unquote likes. Everyone, reveal your answers.
Robert Cop.
And of course, RoboCop is the right answer. Oh, he does have a copy of RoboCop.
Oh, yeah.
I do own the trilogy, but if you look, I only got it because it's like a special edition with like a little...
It's like still sealed in there, just like fuck you.
RoboCop 1, 2 and 3 have never been opened.
I was going to say, there's like one with faded text and 2 that are brand new.
Well, I got it because it's a cool collector's item.
That is pretty cool.
I love boxes that open in cool ways like that.
But I'm going to clarify for the audience right now, I don't like the franchise. I like the movie and the character. These are a very different thing.
But I'm glad you all like go into the mindset and were thinking, what would...
As soon as you say it, they're going to say RoboCop. I don't like the franchise.
Out of interest, what would you say is your favourite franchise?
Alien.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I like the first 4 movies, and I don't like Prometheus, but that's not part of the Alien
franchise. It's like Star Wars. It's like you like some Star Wars, but you don't like the franchise.
Nobody likes every Star Wars.
No.
Like, even in the sequel trilogy, no one likes all 3 of them.
Speaking of Star Wars, that brings us to Karl with the first answer.
Oh, no.
We're still talking... No, we're talking Disney, not Star Wars. The question is to name a Disney character. Now, I will clarify that I put Disney character. I didn't put, like, you can't say Marvel, you can't say Star Wars. Is under audience interpretation. I just said Disney character.
I'm going to imagine that, just the big G, the unstoppable monolith that is Mickey Mouse is still number 1, surely. Mickey Mouse is number 1.
Mickey Mouse is not number 1.
What is he?
He's number 2.
Who's higher than Mickey?
Who is higher than Mickey fucking Mouse?
Like the logo for the company.
Like, every answer would shock you at this point.
He's the only one
He's the only one that should be number 1, but somehow he is not number 1.
It's not what people think.
And our audience decided to, like, just go off on one today.
I'll go with my first thought, just Simba.
Simba's not on the list.
Oh no,
baby Simba.
I'm not sure about any of the ideas I've got, so I guess I'm just going to pick 2 wildly different ones.
Okay.
I'll start with Cinderella.
Cinderella's not on the list either.
See, I would be tempted to say Minnie, but nobody's saying Minnie and not Mickey. That's the thing.
If anyone thinks of Minnie, they're thinking of Mickey.
Exactly.
I get
and the same with a lot of the ones related to Mickey. Like, you wouldn't say like Goofy or any of those ones.
By the way, I'm not ruling out Minnie. I'm not ruling out.
No,
Minnie.
I'm not. No, I'm just saying that's my perspective. Nobody would pick those ones without first saying Mickey. So unless someone's trying to be a dick, it's none of the little group associated with him.
Don't underestimate our audience.
It's none of his fucking crew, is it?
Stitch.
Stitch nets you 30 points.
Yes. Oh, that was my second thought.
Oh, there's a lot of Stitch merchandise out there.
Luke's has got most of it. The fact it's full size.
Name a Disney character, everyone. And for audio listeners, I have like a 2-foot tall Stitch plush
Life
right
size.
next to me.
That's a good point.
Hulk in the
It
bottom.
took ages for everyone to mention I was wearing a Mario hat. I forgot we were having an audio version of this.
That's true, yeah. Shout out to patrons listening to the audio version.
I know,
Just the
that's why it's
absolute
so
look of
difficult.
horror.
It's just there's so many.
There's a lot.
Many.
Just gamble on another princess. Who do you think's the most famous princess?
I was going to say, one of the ones I was thinking of was Elsa.
Elsa gets you 10 points.
10!
That
hell.
recency bias.
I'm going to go for the deepest of deep pulls here. And I'm
Then
going
no
to
one's
say...
going to have said it
Why?
then.
Why?
I'm going to say, fuck you, Powerline from a Goofy movie.
Powerline specifically.
Powerline.
So, Karl,
Not Max Goof, not Goofy Goof. Powerline.
Let me
I'm glad
guess.
you added the
Goofy's on there.
clarification because Goofy's on the list, but Powerline is not. Goofy is the number 20 answer.
Is
Oh,
Powerline
dear.
on there at all?
Powerline's not on there, of course.
Oh, come
not.
on.
No
Before
one
you
said
say
Powerline.
before you said the number one, like who's bigger than
like-
Mickey?
I was baffled looking at these answers because, like, who tops
Is it Iron Man?
Mickey?
Is it Iron Man?
It's a Disney character.
Aladdin.
It's a Disney character, like, not necessarily
Donald Duck.
Disney original because they stole all the fucking stories from everywhere else, but like it's from a
Luke
Disney
Skywalker.
animated movie that you could think is a Disney film. Like,
Pinocchio.
nope.
Within
our lifetime, I believe.
Mushu.
Not far off though, Nisha.
Is it Mulan?
It's Mulan.
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 Oh, fair
Got
play.
another one.
Fair play like Ming Wan En.
Fucking Mulan.
No, she's like a real
We're
person
gonna make
as well.
a man out of all of you fuckers. Mulan number 1.
Maybe that's because I think we joke about that song a lot. Maybe people thought that.
Like,
I don't know.
Mulan's just apparently had some like absolute resurgence within our audience. Above Mickey Mouse. How the fuck does any Disney character beat Mickey? And everyone just respects the power of a strong woman more than the logo. Fair play.
There's that great screenshot floating around of a guy who got a DoorDash from McDonald's and his driver was called Ronald and he's like, Max the man himself. Just delivering my burger.
Oh, so do we remember? I'm losing track of this. Do we remember who tied and went first last time?
It was me.
So Nisha is first this time. Because you're both on 860 points and Brad's on 960 points. With only a few answers left to go.
We could do it.
So, Nisha, name a movie sequel that's better than the original.
Oh, I know the top.
Stop
one's
looking,
gonna be.
Karl.
He's re-
Get
he's
your ass
reaching
back
for it.
here!
Well, no, I'm going to say, so I'm going to get out. I've got the DVD.
Thor Ragnarok.
It's not on the list.
Oh god, that's like the best
That's a
one.
solid
That's
pick,
the
though.
best one.
By far and away, out of those 4 Thor movies, like Thor Ragnarok is like up here compared to the rest of them.
So there's
But it's
two
not on
answers
there.
that I'm thinking of. There's the one that I was going to try and grab, but there's the one that I know. It's Shrek 2.
See, like, I don't think Shrek 2 is as good as Shrek 1,
Shut up, get out.
but Shrek 2 is number 2 on the list.
Yeah,
It's a
it's because
40-point
Shrek
answer.
2's awesome.
Shrek 2 is also awesome, but I prefer Shrek 1.
It's alright.
Both great movies.
We can
Both
be wrong
great
sometimes.
movies. So, Brad,
has
you've got time
has to be
sweep.
top of the list. Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 is the top of the list.
And there's loads of other ideas I can think of, but our audience, I'm going to say Aliens.
It's number 3 as well. Yeah, that's Brad just like clinching that victory, maybe. Going up to 1,040 points there. The solid number 1 and 3 picks. Nisha, no, Karl next, sorry.
Sequel that's better than the original. The Winter Soldier.
The Winter Soldier's not on the list either.
Ah, shame.
MCU letting you guys down. Nisha, have you got an answer?
Toy Story 2.
Solid pick.
Don't look at me like that.
Another one where I would argue that Toy Story 1 is better. That's not on the list, though. There's 2 very obvious picks at the last part of the list. There's Empire Strikes Back and The Dark Knight.
No.
Oh, this is so fucking boring.
Well, that's the gate. You meant to guess what people are going to answer.
It's like, on the one hand, I'm winning. But on the other hand, does that mean I'm the most boring?
Maybe you're just able to read, like, the fucking rules of the game.
I'm the boring whisperer.
Then Karl's like, well, I'm going to go edgy.
I'm going to go spider in the bathtub.
It's not edgy. I don't want a fast spider in my bathtub.
Nisha, name a thing you associate with Charlie Chaplin.
Films.
I'm going to give you the 20-point answer. Be a bit lenient, because silent films
Okay.
was the answer. But yes, I would
answer
say
I
that's
could
close
think of.
enough.
That's the only thing I could think of.
That's a 20 points, and that means Karl.
It's the mustache.
The mustache is the top answer.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. The mustache. The Charlie Chaplin mustache.
Little toothbrush mustache.
I'm just going to slide in here once more. I'm going to go with bowler hat.
Ball hat for 40 points.
And I'll go with stunts.
Stunts for 0 points.
No!
Stunts
No.
for 0. You were so confident. I was like, fuck it, I've got 2 right off
I
this
was there.
list.
I thought that was 30 points taken. I thought I got it.
That means, Karl, you've got a 30 or a 10 point to guess.
The walk.
The walk is not on there.
Was it not? Okay. He had that famous Chaplin walk, didn't he?
And Nisha, can you scoop up some points at the end
I
here?
have no idea.
Anything that your brain might associate with Charlie Chaplin. Are you just going to pass?
I'll just pass. I don't know.
The one that I would think is like a relatively obvious answer is Hitler. Because people just think of the South.
I didn't think people would say that.
People did say it. That was the 10-point answer.
Is black
And
and white the other one?
Similarly, the 30-point answer was The Great Dictator. The movie, not people calling out Hitler being a great dictator. That's a movie.
No,
If anyone
we
isn't
all
aware...
think Chaplin was a great dictator.
Well, I thought black and white, but it's the same silent films, really, isn't it? Size.
Nisha, you've somehow got to get more points than may be available while Brad gets 0 for the last few answers.
Okay.
It's possible.
So, Nisha, tell me, what is the best video game controller? This is a subjective ass question.
Does it have to be like? Can it just be like just the console like series, not the number? Can it just be like the name of the console? If that makes sense.
No.
It has to be an
It is
actual
the
number.
console specific. So, like, you know, PlayStation 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 are all different.
Yeah, you can't just be
answers.
PlayStation. Just be like PlayStation.
They're not that different, though, to be fair, are they?
Not the PlayStation
Well,
ones are not.
PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 are
I
almost
will
identical.
go-
See what
with-
Carl's reaching for.
I'll go with. I was going to go with like PlayStation 4.
PlayStation 4 gets you 10 points. 10 points for the PlayStation 4 controller. And that means, Karl,
I know I'd say, but let's go for what
I
we're
would
honest to
probably
say,
also agree.
the Nintendo GameCube controller.
The Nintendo GameCube, that's 30 points. And also, I'm going to give, like, Karl, I'm going to give you 1 point, just a singular point, for agreeing with me that the GameCube, just number 1. What I'd say.
No, I was going to say, I mine one with the Xbox 360.
Well, Karl, you get -1. So you're 979 points instead. As a fuck you, because GameCube controller is my favourite and not objectively the best. I
my
admit,
hand is,
it
my
doesn't
hands are
even
too
have
big for a GameCube controller.
It doesn't even have like the L1 to the R1.
Yeah,
I fucking
my
love
hands
the
are too big
GameCube
to use a
part.
GameCube controller, but an Xbox 360 just fits perfect. It's nice.
But yeah, that means Brad, you've got 3 answers to get.
Well, Carl's already said the one I was going to say, the Xbox 360. I assume everybody had said that one.
Is that what you're going for?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the top answer.
I just remember there was a huge thing when it first came out, like everyone saying
Like
it
how
was the
Karl
best
went,
controller.
I think that the top one's the 360, and then didn't guess it.
Yeah, because I figured everyone would say the GameCube controller, because that's
I mean,
like
a lot of people did, but the 360 blew away.
And in that ilk, I would assume that the same people would say the Xbox One controller as well.
That didn't rank in the top 5 though.
It didn't. Guess they
No.
had a downgrade after that Xbox 360
There was a
one.
there was a bit of a split because the Xbox One and the Xbox Series S and X both have very similar controllers. So I think that's where there was a bit of split in the vote. They're basically the same with a different D-pad. So yeah, I think that's where people maybe got a bit jumbled with that one.
I'll take that 50.
Another guess right here, Karl.
what did Nisha say?
So Nisha had the PS4 controller.
I'll go for the PlayStation 2 controller.
PlayStation 2 controller does not get you any points.
Does it not? Oh.
No. those shitty analog sticks are finally getting their due, getting called out.
I think everything I've said so
Nisha,
far
you've
has
got
got
one more
is
guess.
just behind me. My cupboard of mystery.
I guess I'll go for the PS3 controller.
That's an awful controller.
I don't remember
That's the
it.
worst PlayStation controller. This is not getting you any points. That's a trash bag.
That's an awful controller. It's like the worst one.
It's got the bad triggers to combine with the bad sticks.
Alright.
You
I've
damage
not
it,
had
like,
a
your
lot
skin
of
off.
different consoles. I've had.
But you could move it around and control things.
But to be fair, maybe the worst controller of all time made it onto the list.
Oh, really?
Is it a Mega Drive
Is it
or
like
those
the,
square
is it
ones?
like the Wii bit? The Wii
The
controllers.
nunchuck?
The
The
N64
Donkey Kong
controller.
bongos.
No, that's never
The
the best feeling
Nintendo
controller.
64 controller had 20 points on it.
You can put
Higher
best
than the
feeling.
PS4 controller.
That's
The
not the best-
Nintendo 64, you need a third arm. And the DualSense was the 40-point answer, the PS5 controller. Nisha, hopefully you can get like a nice softball one here. Name a character from Batman comics.
Batman.
Batman is the 40-point answer.
Oh my
Batman's at the
god!
top of his own list.
I guess people's
Sons of
minds would.
Batman.
I guess people's minds would go away from it because it's in the
Because
title.
you mentioned the word Batman. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, anyone other than Batman.
Well, enjoy your 50 points, Carl.
The Joker.
The Joker is, of course.
I want to say Calendar Man, but what?
So that's like 50 points for Karl right
Why
there.
is Batman not the first? Name a Batman character.
Just because if the Joker's top and there's a lot of there's been a lot of Joker media, it's probably Harley Quinn.
Not on the list.
Well,
That's
then,
surprising.
well then I guess I'll pick the Penguin.
Not on the list.
Oh, Colin Farrell.
Brad
He's-
with the 0.
He's in the
Classic
Batman.
Zero.
He's
You
in
can't name
Gotham.
a
He's getting his
Batman
own
character.
series.
He can't name a Batman character, ladies and gents. And Karl, what are you going to do?
I will go for Dick Grayson.
You're going to go with Nightwing.
I could just say Robin and include him in it. But I'll specifically say Nightwing.
Okay. Because I wanted a clarification. Nightwing isn't on there.
Can I
can
say
see.
Robin then?
You can't say Robin for 30 more points.
No, I was going to go with Robin anyway.
I can't let you just say, like, any of the Robins or Nightwing or Red Hood
Yeah,
or Red Robin.
I'll specifically
Right.
say Dick Grayson because I think like Robin just felt like I'm gonna say Robin because that's 8 characters.
I'm not going to
That
fly
was,
into a
that
rage.
was the better option for you, I'm afraid.
I'm not going to fly into a rage until I hear what 4 and 5 are.
4 and 5, the Riddler
These have been in a recent film.
and
fair enough.
Alfred as well.
All right, you know what? I'll let that off. That's fine.
Yeah. We are on to the final question.
Well, let's go.
And I think that means that Brad has already wrapped it up. And that is Nisha at 960 points, Karl at 1,029 points, and Brad at 11,030 points.
11,000 points.
11,000
Wow.
1,130 points. 1,130. 11,000 points for Brad.
11,000.
You know what? Pity points for not picking Alfred right there. Just 10,000 points go to Brad. Name a foreign country whose films are popular in America. So foreign to America.
I'll say like England then.
The UK gets you
Yeah,
10 points,
UK.
Nisha.
So 10 points.
10 points.
Oh, I know what I think Carl already knows what number 1's going to be as well.
So Karl.
Yeah, it's gonna be Korea.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Korea gets you 30 points.
Yeah, they like Parasite and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Korea's a solid pick. That
I
means
think
2 points go to Brad.
one of the top 2 has to be Japan.
Japan's the top answer.
Yeah. It's all the anime and stuff.
Oh, anime.
Obviously.
And then I'm going to say Canada.
Canada's not on the list.
The neighbours to the north. We're not watching your
The,
shit.
the top and the very, very bottom for Brad there. Karl, can you get one of the other 2?
Mexico, like soap operas and stuff.
No.
Oh, that's a shame. So those Mexican soap
It
operas
did
are amazing.
specify films.
Oh, films. Okay, you just said anime then. Sorry. I'll stick with Mexico.
Well, no,
Little
but
answer.
animated films, like...
Yeah.
But, like, again, this is just how the audience interpret it.
Yeah, I said Mexico. I'll stick to my answer. I got it wrong.
Nisha?
I'll just go with Italy.
Oh, it's not on the list.
I don't know.
I'm afraid.
I thought as much.
And the last two, the second most popular answer is maybe a bit of like, more popular thing of recent, and that is India.
Okay, like Bollywood movies.
Those Bollywood movies coming out, yeah. And then the more like, probably more like the 90s kind of answer is France. Those French movies, those art house films.
France, and I was just like, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. It's like, I haven't seen one in a long time. Like, there's like Amelie. I think that was early noughties.
Yeah.
But yeah, that does mean Brad.
Our champion.
As last time when we did a little game show attempt on here, means Brad sweeps up. We got Brad. 11,000 points. 1,180 points for Brad. 1,059 points for Karl. And 970 points for Nisha. This was way longer than I expected.
2 hours.
So we're doing way less questions next time.
I did think you did a little bit too many.
When you said
I
30,
did think
I'm
too.
like, okay.
But if you want to see the long-ass extended version of this, you can go over to Patreon. And you can find it right there. Patreon.com/Untitled Side Channel. Where for any, $1 tier and up, you can also answer next month's questionnaire. Where maybe you can bamboozle Karl with a few more interesting answers. And not pick the quote-unquote boring ones, which maybe Karl should have picked a bit more of.
Powerline.
Powerline and not Goofy is a solid pick.
It was.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you guys for giving your time today to join me on this first episode of Fact Feud.
Cheers, everyone.
Wahoo!
So a big shout out to our Patreon.
You still can't say patrons, can you?
Shut up. So a big shout out to our patrons for
well
supporting,
pronounced, Nisha.
for supporting the channel, keeping us alive, and especially a big shout out to our VIPs.
Ah, yes, our VIPs. I was down the pub the other day getting a drink with Sir Paradigm, and you'll never guess who I saw.
Who?
It was a dinner DJ.
Oh, I've not seen them for ages. How are they doing?
They're doing fine. I think they were hanging out with Joshua Knapp as well. We were talking about back in the day when Hernandio A. Argov used to be Michael Marcus on stage. Just reading names now.
I think they're pretty close with Sev. Can you remember Sev?
Oh, Sev. Sev was the one who was a superhero called Ryan Ryder. He used to ride a motorbike.
With, the famous sidekick litigation-Santa Claus.
Ah, yes. They were trying to protect the world from the Red Oak Shield virus, weren't they?
I've definitely seen a documentary about them. It's produced by Aram Sabates.
Is that the one that was narrated by Jeffrey Odell?
It could be. I'm sure Jeffrey's done a lot of work. Like, they've worked for Jub 366.
Ah, yes. And they were also advertising that famous brand of coffee soap.
Isn't that the one where it's, like, edible and also you can use it to clean your Tyler Masons?
I really hope Tyler Mason's watching this. Like, how dare you use me? How dare you use my name as a place you can clean? Yes, and it can also wash out your abandon.
Well, I'll tell you a good brand of cleaning products. It's that company called Thani Said Al-Ramathi.
I think I've seen those. I was around CD Bad's house, hanging out with Eric Toledo and Ryan Lutzelschwab. And we managed to get we polished that porcelain very good.
Ah, yes, Ryan, the only redhead in school, yeah.
Yeah, no, there was Ryan, but there was also Andy Roffel.
Ah, yeah, Andy, I remember them. Because we always used to say, roll on the floor laughing with Kim Geishler. Sorry,
and scene.
Sorry, guys.
We hope people enjoy these as much as we are recording them. If we are pronouncing your name wrong, please let us know and we'll try and correct it next time.
I know how annoying it is to get your name said wrong.
Yes, you've lived it and now you can make others live it.
I've lived it so many times.
Thanks to the patrons.
Thank you.